Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, with it, I am Alana Simone. So a couple of weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram story that I was going to be doing a Q&A on my YouTube channel, so here we are. I feel like I haven't done a Q&A, it's been a minute, maybe a year and a half, I don't know y'all, it's been a little minute. And I felt like this was just a great way for me to continue to connect with you all, because I feel like we family at this point, you know what I mean? Like, we family. So without further ado, we gonna go ahead and jump in. The first question is, what made you get into YouTube, and how do you maintain the discipline to edit and upload? Great question. So I got into YouTube back in 2016, 2017. And the reason why I started creating content was because when I was in college, I would get so many questions about my hair. And at the time, a lot of my friends had not yet transitioned into being natural, so I was one of very few. So I said, you know what, why don't I just create a video? Like, just make a video, answer all the questions, demonstrate what I do with my hair, and that video took off immediately. So I said, you know what, maybe we should dive into this a little bit more and just see, you know, maybe this might be my calling. So that's how I got started. And then in terms of having the discipline to edit and upload, I have always been a self-starter, like since I was younger. So I set goals, I create steps to accomplish my goals, and I get there. So I carry all of that into content creation. So for me, I like to keep myself organized by using a spreadsheet. So every month I'll create my content calendar, my dates, when I'm gonna record, what I'm gonna record, when I'm gonna post. Like, I'm very, very, very organized. And it's very easy for me because I love what I do. And that's the first thing, right? Like, as long as you love what you do, I feel like that should trigger something in your brain to say, okay, like, how can I perfect this? So yeah, that is my response to that. All right, next question. Can you share the playlist that you have? The problem is, I'm gonna tell you guys the problem. I have so much music. I listen to so much music. It's all over the place. So it's just a matter of taking the time to sit down and create these playlists. So if you go on my Instagram page, under the vibes highlight, if you tap on through, just keep tapping, you'll see one of my playlists on there. So that's a start. Once I create more playlists, I got y'all. I will post it, but just give me some time, bear with me, because it takes time. Where is next on your bucket list to travel to? Oh my gosh, y'all, my list is quite extensive. I don't know if I have necessarily like a next up, but I do have a nice pool of places that are on the bucket list. So let me go ahead and open my notes, my bucket list notes. All right, so Africa, St. Martin, Dubai, Brazil, Spain, Japan, Costa Rica, New Orleans or New Orleans. Now, I've been to New Orleans once. This was like maybe 5 years ago. I had a shoot there, but the shoot was literally one day. So I went to New Orleans for one day, like a whole 24 hours, and then I came back home. So I would love to go back and experience, you know, New Orleans and get the full New Orleans experience, maybe for Essence Fest or Mardi Gras, one of these years. And then the last two are France and Italy. Now, I've been to both France and Italy before, but I want to go back. So I don't know if that would be bucket list places, but they are places that I would like to revisit because I just feel like I didn't get enough time there. Like, the first time I went to Italy, it was for a study abroad when I was in college, and we spent like 5 days in Italy. We did like a hop around Europe kind of thing. So we only spent 5 days in Italy and 5 days in France. I think it was 4 days in France, actually. I would love to go back and spend like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and just get a full experience, you know? What is your favorite show to binge watch? Also, what movie can you watch repeatedly and not of it? I'm gonna assume it means not get tired of it. Okay, so my favorite show to binge watch, I actually just finished Snowfall. I binged Snowfall for like a month, and I was able to get through it. Y'all, that show, talk about stress levels, had my anxiety at all-time high, but really good show. I really did enjoy it. The ending was a little, I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all, but really, really good show. If you haven't seen Snowfall, I know it's pretty old. Either way, Snowfall was really good. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. In terms of shows that I binge, so I don't know about you guys, but I have shows that, like, I've seen all the seasons, all the episodes already, but I'll put them on just because they're like my feel-good shows. You know what I mean? Like The Office, Parks and Rec, That's So Raven. I know that's random, but Seinfeld, just shows that I know are just happy shows for me. The Office will always reigns supreme. That's always gonna be my favorite show no matter what. But yeah, so those are my favorite shows to binge watch. And in terms of what movie, so my favorite movie, my favorite movie is Rush Hour 2. That movie, it's been my favorite since I was like 17 years old. I remember the first time I watched it and I was on the floor in tears. Because for me, I'm somebody who, my favorite genre of movie, comedy and action. Those are my two favorite genres. So I feel like Rush Hour 2 just has the perfect mixture of both. And I love Chris Tucker. So that movie, Rush Hour 2, and then Rush Hour 1 would be like a close second for me. So, all right, moving it along. I'm having a great time with you guys. Just want to throw that out there. I'm having a fantastic time because we just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling. How are your knees treating you now that you are 30, y'all? You know what? Let me not be dramatic because they've actually been fine. They've been fine because I have not been out all year. And when I say out, I mean like partying, dancing, heels. So my knees have actually been okay. I haven't been out since December. It's basically April. So they've been all right. I also haven't worked out in a little minute. I know y'all, I've been slacking, but there's just been little to no tension on my knees for the past couple weeks. So I mean, they've been all right. But you know what though, y'all? You know what? Since I turned 30, and I don't know if it's just in my mind, but I feel like things are just starting to happen with my body. Like I slept on my shoulder wrong. This was like maybe 6 days ago. And up until yesterday, it was still feeling like painful. And I'm like, okay, so is my recovery time just gonna be a little bit longer now in my 30s? Like, what's really good? Because if I was in my 20s and I slept wrong, day and a half, 2 days, I'm good. But it's still, I don't want to say it still hurts, but I can still feel like something happened. You know what I'm saying? Something definitely happened a couple of days ago. But yeah, so that's happening. My gray hairs, I feel like they're starting to kind of just multiply, and they're multiplying in the front. And I don't understand why that's happening because I got all this back here. Why y'all all congregating in the front of my head? You know what I mean? Like that to me, okay. And then my finger, God, this is so much stuff. I should probably make my annual doctor's appointment, but my finger has been doing this thing. I'm gonna post a video of it so y'all can know what I'm talking about. It was like twitching uncontrollably for like an entire day. And I'm like, why is this happening? But yeah, so little things like that are starting to happen. I don't know if it's as a result of me turning 30. I'm just gonna correlate it to the age because like I said, this stuff won't happen before. You understand what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I mean, guys, I'm enjoying life. It's not bad. I'm sticking to what I said in the beginning of the year. 30s is not terrible. It's not terrible. Little things here and there, but I mean, I'm happy and I'm still enjoying life. So this ain't really a question. It's more like a statement or like two statements. We know you got a man, where he at? I mean, if y'all find him, let me know. No, I don't have one of those at the moment. I just feel like, you know, when the right one comes along, I'll know it. And for me, my main goal in life always is to just be happy, be at peace, and love the person that I am. To be real, that may or may not include a significant other, but as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. Best products to use when transitioning to curly hair from always using heat. For me, you guys know that I had heat damage eons ago. It wasn't eons ago, it was a couple years ago. I'm acting like it was like 25 years ago. No, so when it comes to transitioning for me, during that period of time, I was just very impatient. So I ended up just like cutting all of it off. But I think the main thing, and this goes just as a general, you know, rule of thumb, making sure that your hair stays moisturized. So when you're transitioning from transitioning from heat damage with curly hair, making sure that that new growth is always moisturized. Deep conditioning your hair, doing protein treatments if you need them, steaming your hair, all of the above. Whatever works for your hair to make sure that you lock in that moisture, that's what you should be doing during that period of transitioning. Jewelry details, favorite place to shop for clothes. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so jewelry details, you guys know that I am always wearing my rings. But yeah, my rings, I shop at a bunch of different places. Jared, Kay, Piercing Pagoda. I think it's called Banter now. And then I also have a jeweler that I go to in South Florida. It's called Sid and Fontaine. And I get like some of my custom pieces I've gotten from there. So that's basically it. And then my necklace, you guys know I always wear my Nefertiti, and this I inherited from my grandma. So shout out to you, Grams. But yeah, just different places. I love gold and I love jewelry, so I'm always gonna be locked and loaded. Oh, and Macy's. Macy's, I think my earrings are actually from Macy's. These are actually really old, but yeah, love me some gold jewelry, girl. And then my favorite place to shop for clothes, I go thrifting a lot. I feel like half of my closet is probably thrifted. Aside from that, I mean, you know, the Zara's, Macy's, Fashion Nova. I'll get a few things, you know, here and there from those stores. But it's tricky for me because I'm so petite. So whenever I buy clothes, 9 times out of 10, I have to take it to my alterations lady for her to like make everything fit me perfectly. So that's really the trick. You gotta find somebody who can alter some clothes. Were you born in Jamaica? I was not born in Jamaica. I was born in Atlanta. But everybody else was born there. My parents, my grandparents, aunts, uncles. So any chance that I get to go back to Jamaica, I'm going. Because I still have a lot of family and friends over there, so I definitely go there quite frequently. And in my next lifetime, or maybe this lifetime, who knows, I would love to live in Jamaica. I would love to live in Jamaica. What are some ways of keeping little girls' hair healthy? I feel like I'm gonna have the same response no matter what. When it comes to just hair in general, like I mentioned, just making sure that the hair stays moisturized. Dry hair is brittle hair, and brittle hair breaks. Making sure that you're not doing too many like high tension hairstyles, so really tight ponytails, tight braids, things that are gonna, you know, pull those follicles. Keeping those styles to a minimum, and getting regular trims. That's a big one as well. Y'all are so funny. When will you start taking Miami clients for your hairstyles? Because I need, girl. Y'all have no idea how often I get this question. Come do my hair. When are you taking appointments? I do not have my cosmetology license, y'all, and I'm not trying to get fined by the state or whatever the consequence is from doing hair when you're not licensed. So I don't know if that's in my future, just because I'm not sure if that's my calling. You know what I mean? Like, there's hairstylists who love what they do. They love doing everyone's hair, and that's just it. I know that I love doing my hair. I don't know if I'm gonna love it if I have to do 10 heads a day or 5 heads a day. I'm just not too sure. I don't know if that's my calling, guys. In addition to me having scoliosis, so I do have like back pain on occasion. So I know that standing up for hours on end, I know that that will affect my back severely, especially because we're 30 now and things are starting to do things. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know, but if anything does change, I'm gonna let y'all know. Have you ever wanted to or considered dyeing your hair? If you've been following me for a while, you guys know that how many times did I dye my hair? As you guys know, growing up, I was not really allowed to do much with my hair. So weave, relaxer, color, all of the above, I was not allowed to do when I lived with my parents. So when I went away to college, that was one of the first things that I did. I was like, I'm dyeing my hair. I've been wanting to color it for so long. I'm gonna just go for it because I can. And y'all, the first time that I dyed my hair, I did it myself, and I used Kool-Aid. I used Kool-Aid, guys. Oh my gosh, it was the red Kool-Aid, and me and my roommate, we got together and we dyed the back half of my hair. And it actually worked. So the color obviously wasn't giving like bright red to where, you know, it's very noticeable. It was a dull red, more like a burgundy, and you could only see it like out in the sun, or if you're really close, you could tell that I had like a reddish hue to my hair. But it didn't last long, obviously, because, you know, that's the bootleg DIY, you know, you just want to do a little something different. So I did Kool-Aid the first time I dyed my hair. And then the next time that I dyed my hair, I got it done. So I bleached it, and I did like, it was supposed to be streaks of blonde, but it wasn't no streaks. It was kind of just chunks of blonde. I loved it at the time, but looking back at it, I don't think that it was done properly, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so my hair was still flourishing. The first time I dyed my hair, I had my inches. It was cute. She was giving. And so after a while, I kind of got tired of the blondish brown look, so I dyed it like a red. It was like a reddish burgundy. I did that. And then the last and final time that I dyed my hair, it was like an ombre type of situation. And I had like one streak of teal. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all, because that bluish teal turned into this odd color. I don't know, y'all, but that was the very last time that I dyed my hair. And the reason why it was the last time was because when I washed my hair after the last time I dyed it, my curls were gone. They were gone. It was giving very much ramen noodle, straight, stringy. It was terrible. So I was like, all right, so we gonna hang up the hair dyeing. But that just goes to show you that my hair did not really take well to the color. And it might have been because I had colored it so many times. And I was not taking care of my hair at the time either, like at all. So I ended up just cutting off all the colored pieces and starting fresh. And I think around that time was when I started creating content as well. So everything kind of just worked out, because at that point was when I really started to take care of my hair, you know? And honestly, I don't know if I would ever color my hair again. I don't want to say that it's completely off the table just because I don't know what my hair would have looked like if I was taking care of it when it was colored. You know what I mean? So it's not completely off the table, but for now, I just really want to focus on taking care of my non-colored hair. Advice for single ladies getting ready to live on their own for the first time. You're gonna have the time of your life. It is going to be amazing. Living on my own has just been such an amazing experience. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself. I've grown as a person. As far as advice, I know that they say to have 6 months of rent saved up before you get your place. So I don't know what that looks like in your area. I had 12 months saved up because I just was very paranoid and nervous, and I was like, I don't want to run out. Let me just make sure I'm good, so I'm gonna double that. But I think being a single woman, at least for me, when I was looking for places, it was, okay, where do I feel safe? I need a gate. Let me look at the reviews. What does the place look like at night? Is it a safe area? Like, all of these things you really have to think about being a single woman and being by yourself. Don't be afraid to talk to people, find out what their experience was like, because I did that. I was talking to everybody. So yeah, those would be my main points. And also, if you're living alone, I haven't had to use it, knock on wood, but I do have pepper spray. I have pepper spray, and I think I have a taser as well. I have not had to use either one of them. But one of my friends did get me both of those for my birthday this year. And she was like, you're living on your own. You don't have any type of weapon. Here you go. Like, I need you to be safe. So that's definitely optional. Up to you if you want to do that. But for me, I mean, I just need to make sure that I'm good. Which experiences have allowed you to really get to know yourself? Living by myself. Because I came from living with my parents and my brother, and we all lived under the same roof. There was just certain things that I didn't really have to think about when I was living with my parents, obviously, right? Like, I knew the bills were gonna get paid. I never took the trash out, ever. In terms of cooking, like, I would help my mom cook every once in a while, but for the most part, my mom did most of the cooking. I would help with the cleaning, like little things like that. But living on my own, I'm doing it all, which I don't mind doing it all. It was definitely an adjustment. It's taught me a different level of responsibility. If I don't go grocery shopping, I'm not gonna have no food. My brain is kind of wired to just always think ahead. Always. Like, even today is what, Wednesday? I'm thinking about what I'm getting at the grocery store on Sunday. Like, I'm planning what I'm gonna cook, what ingredients do I need to buy, when do I need to get gas? I'm on half a tank now. That can ride me out for another week, so I'll schedule getting gas next weekend. Like, I'm thinking about everything. So yeah, just those little things. And honestly, I mean, I've always been very secure in myself as a person. I mean, you guys see I'm a cornball. I love to have fun, very goofy, love to laugh. And these are just things that I've always known about myself. But because I'm so social and I love hanging out with my friends, love being around people, I didn't think that I would love being alone as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never really had a space to just relax, be by myself, enjoy my solitude, because living with my parents, someone's always home. I've definitely become a homebody. When plans get canceled, I ain't even mad at it. I'm like, all right, I'll catch y'all next week. Get my blanket, watch my shows, and just relax. And my mom is always having this conversation with me of not getting too comfortable being alone, because you have to make space for your person when they come. You can't get too comfortable. And I get it. but it's also a little bit too late for that. Like, it's a little too late for that. I love it. Y'all hear that echo? Oh, oh. Like, I really be having a blast in here all by myself. And I think one of the main things, and this might not be big for y'all, but it's big for me because I am a clean freak. I am OCD. I vacuum every day. I wipe counters every day. I mop twice a week. Like, I don't play, right? And it's really nice because when I clean my place and I leave the house and I come back, it's exactly how I left it. And that alone just brings me so much joy. But yeah, so living alone has definitely taught me a lot about myself. What does your self-care routine look like? So self-care for me is very basic. Very, very basic. I like to take at least one day out the week where I just do whatever I feel like doing. So most of the time that includes getting whatever food I want to eat or cooking whatever food I want to eat, watching whatever I want to watch, staying in bed for however long I want to stay in bed. I'll go outside, go for a walk, go visit my parents, like whatever I want to do for the day. I'm not really big on like nails and getting my hair done and getting my lashes done and all that. I'm not huge on that. I do get my toes done once a month. That stays on point. But as far as like, I mean, you guys see, I get my nails done once a year for my birthday. Like I'm not big on nails, but I am a huge advocate for self-care, especially when it comes to women. Like everybody needs self-care, but I think as women, a lot of the time and I don't know why, we feel like it's selfish to put yourself first for a day. Like I feel like in our minds, we always have to be thinking about other people. We don't always take the time to take care of ourselves. I think that's important. I think it's important, and I think everybody, women especially, should prioritize self-care days. Do you think you'll have another meet and greet? If so, come to Chicago. So yes, the plan is to do more meet and greets. I would love to do one in Chicago, but I'm gonna catch y'all in the summertime because this Florida girl, we not playing with y'all in the winter. We're not doing that. Because I done seen what y'all winter is looking like, and yeah, it's giving a hard no. So if I do one in Chicago, it will definitely more than likely be in the summertime. But hopefully I'll have more meet and greets coming up, and obviously I'll let you guys know. Favorite genre of music? I don't know if I have a favorite either. My gosh. These are great questions, by the way, y'all. My favorite genre of music. So you guys know I love my 90s music. Love my 90s music, love my old school, but I also like the 80s too. Like the Shaka Khan era, the Spinners, the Temptations. Like we can go back. Stevie Wonder, like I love that time for music. I love trap music. And that's something I feel like a lot of people don't expect. Like I've gotten some pretty like, whoa, you listen to Gucci Mane? What? Like what? Like my favorite rapper is Jeezy. That's my favorite rapper. So I don't know. I feel like I have a couple of different, but I would say definitely old school, like 90s, 80s, and also trap music, hip hop, that whole, y'all know. And the early 2000s, y'all, the early 2000s, was that not a time for music? Like G-Unit, Ludacris, Yin Yang Twins. I mean, I feel like the list goes on. What are some of your favorite shows from the 90s? In Living Color. In Living Color is up there, and I've been trying to find a way to watch In Living Color because I don't think it's on any streaming services. Last time I checked, it wasn't. Like I feel like you had to buy the DVDs, and who has a DVD player? You know what I mean? But yeah, In Living Color, classic. Living Single, A Different World, Fresh Prince, Sister Sister, the Wayans Brothers, what else? Seinfeld, all that, Kenan and Kel. The list goes on, but yes, I love me a good 90s show. All right, what's the first song you would dance to if transported to a 90s party? Let me tell you guys something. Confession time. There are like random times where I will like actually get sad because I'm not in the 90s. Like I watch movies from the 90s just so I can kind of like pretend that I'm like in the movie and like just relive that time because it was such a great time. I would give my left pinky toe to just go back and spend like a day in the 90s because just fashion, music, movies. I'm getting sad thinking about it. Anyway, but yeah, what song? Off the top of my head, I'm going De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I. I feel like that came out in 89 or 88, but I know they were still bumping it in the 90s, so I'm gonna go with that one. It's hard to believe you are single. Why is that? Is it? Is it hard? I think for me, I have gotten to this place of peace, and I'm so happy being single that the thought of a relationship, it kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it scares me a little bit because I just know how long it took me to get here to the place that I'm at, and I don't want anything to disrupt my peace. And I see what some of these people go through in relationships, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this. Like, I'm just not. Because at this point in my life, y'all, I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. So if you are not coming and adding peace to my life, if you are not making my life any easier, I'm good. I'm good. And this is not to say that I'm against a relationship, but for me, I have a certain standard, and I haven't seen or experienced anything that has made me want to change my status from single. And I feel like a lot of times people like to threaten women with, oh, you're gonna be alone, you know, you're gonna be alone, you're getting older, clock's ticking. Okay, and let that thing tick. Hickory dickory dock, okay? But for me, that's never really been a threat. If I never found my soulmate, and if I'm single at 55, I'm supposed to be single at 55. Like, that's just what it is. And I've always felt like that. I tell you what though, I'm gonna be a bomb auntie. I'm gonna be a bomb auntie, and that I am looking forward to. That I am looking forward to. Because you know what? As an auntie, you get your niece or nephew, you have fun, you spoil them, and then you send them on back. And then you send them on back. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, that's always how I've looked at life. If things are supposed to happen, then they will happen. I think that a lot of people are scared of being alone, but for me, my fear is ending up with the wrong person. And I've wasted my life with the wrong person. That's my fear. So I'm gonna take my time, and if it happens, it happens, and if not, that's cool too. All right, and my last and final question, what goals do you want to accomplish for 2024? What a great way to end this off. So for me, I have a few goals that I want to accomplish this year. I want to travel more, and I actually have a few trips planned for the year, so I'm excited about that. And I also want to do more brand events and brand trips. You guys saw that I went to California with Eva NYC in January, and in April, I'm going to be on the influencer panel at the World Natural Hair Show in Atlanta. And I'm so excited about that, so if you are in the Atlanta area, go get your tickets. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be doing a meet and greet at the show as well. So yeah. Big things are going. Whoa! Hey, Mom. No. Oh, wait. Oh, you're at the place already? Yes. Oh, I'm leaving now. It's up the street. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Okay, bye. Y'all, I forgot I'm meeting my mom for tacos today, so that is it for this Q&A. I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with your girl. But let me know if you guys like this video and want to see more of this type of content. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Again, I am Alana Simone, and I will see you guys in the next one.